Hello, everybody. Today is April 13th. I want to make this video. I wanted to make like an energy report, but it's too much going on to be just an energy report. So what I'm gonna do with this video is like I'm gonna explain it to you why the energies today are like this, what's represent, and how to navigate it. Specifically, with when you are within a soul connection and what's going on with this part of you, why you feel the tense, why you feel the tensions of it. um I brought on a screen here the astrology part about today, what's the current situation is. So basically, today the Sun and Uranus, they're joined. They're basically in the same spot in the sky, and there is a perfect line of it, between the Earth, the Sun, and Uranus. Uranus and the Sun, they're both into a 24 degrees of Aries. What does that tells you? That it's a focus of who you are, and the universe brings stuff for you. See, the energy that floats into the solar system comes from outside of the solar system. Throughout the planet vibrations brings out towards the center of the solar system, and that affects us because we are turning around and we're getting different vibrations from the different planets of it. And this why people who are awakened, they feel those vibrations much higher, much stronger, because this is how the universe operates. This has been known for a very long time. Astrology is not something new. It's not something that all of a sudden just explain things. Just the higher level of astrology begins when you understand vibrations within inside of you. They're matching the energies of the sky, what's going on. So to begin with this is also today in the sky, Venus is matching with Chiron, and there is this perfect line between the Earth and Venus, that they're together in the sky with Chiron, and they're in Pisces, which is 26 degrees of Pisces. And the more it goes on and on, it's the part that it creates this tension energies of it. And what are those tense energies about? Specifically with today, people ask me, okay, I was good yesterday, there was everything was perfect. What is this tense? What is this pressure deal? How can you help us to understand? How can you help us navigate through this? And here it's the part of how to navigate it. When you are in a soul connections, you and the individual receive the same information, and that creates tension within the two individuals at the same time. And what happening is that the one individual thinks that the intense energy comes from the other. So is the other individual thinks that the intense energy is from that first person. And they start having these tense vibrations inside, and they're like trying to figure out why is that energy is like this, why is all that about. What happens is they don't look at the third part, which is the universe, that gives them that information that they have to be together, and that is the pressure from the universe. It's put pressure on those two individuals to tell them, hey, when you two gonna figure it out, that you have to be together. How long stubborn are you guys gonna be? How much the situations are going to be? So you guys can understand you have to be together. This is your parts. This is your destiny. This is your things. And the more people I'm talking to, it comes in with the same thing. The one person blames the other. He, she must wake up. He, she must looking at things. But what happens during those intense energies, the two of them are brought together. So you can figure it out with a relaxed energy inside of you. How to operate with this. This is the part when the universe gives you the message and you're like, okay, I will be calm. I will be looking at it. I don't want this intensity anymore. I'm going to be willing to cooperate. And what happens is if you understand this part of the cooperation, you're going to start feeling less pressure, and the both two individuals, they will have peace inside. Simply because finally they agree to stop disagree of it. And that puts them in the state of the so-called incubator. And what that state of the incubator is, the two, they're going to be put together, is going to be told, okay, it's time for you to hatch, basically get together. And this is going to be the time when they're going to receive the same information in two different ways, which leads to the same results. Until they understand they have to come together, they have to be together, and they're going to get together. And that intensity is going to increase. And the more you resist during this period, the worse the tense energies are. The more you resist to do the changes, that's gonna comes up. Currently, the energy it's represent from that Saturn is a retrograde and Venus is in a retrograde. And there is a correlation between those two, specifically with people who have a soul connection. Because Saturn represents the secrets, the shadows inside, the things that you keep secret inside of you. If Venus represents the love. And when those two kind of like get in a heavy aspect, the thing it is you feel those intense energy that tells you you need to move, you need to look that part, you need to understand this part. I'm gonna teaching you, I'm gonna be telling you. That's what Saturn is. Saturn is the teacher. I'm gonna teach you the things that you didn't know, things that you didn't see, things that you hide but they're inside of you. And that's what the rings of Saturn represents, is that shadow, inside of you. And during this period, like today, the way the energy is for most of us, it is about you to stop arguing, stop forcing your own way, and stop doing the way that the universe creates. Because the more you relax, the more you will allow the universe to tell the other person what needs to be told, not you. And today, tomorrow, and the day after, that's what the energies are going to be. That's what the power of this is, because once Venus is going to be turning on direct motion, we're already in process of Pluto to become retrograde. And what happens is Pluto represents this part of surrounding us, the people that surrounding around us, is this 1% of people who are very close to us, to shift from the material world, the way Pluto is right now, to the spiritual world. And this intense energies that is today is focusing you to change, you to do something. In the past, you try to do something, but for some reason, your ego, or your belief, or your religion, or whatever it was, didn't help you. You're still in the same situation, you're still in the same place. You're basically stuck until you don't learn that you have to surrender to these energies. They lead you somewhere. For some reason, this will keep reappear all your life until you go into it. The more you resist, the worse your life becomes. And I've been talking to a lot of people who resisted for years. They resisted for 10, 20, 30 years until when they realized what the connection was, and then like, oh my god, I should have done it. The question is we make in these videos is you to learn from this experience of the people before you. How wise are you gonna be from yourself as a woman or as a man who feels all this energy, understands all this energy, and do its change? How much that part will be on it. And what happened is during those retrograde planets, the intensities are higher. They're heavy duty, and as of you on your journey, you have to follow it, what's going on. So instead of this connection to go ahead and blame the other person, tell the other person. For example, you feel the tensions that you have to be together, and you're like, you know what? Screw you. You don't talk to me. You make me so bad. You are so bad. You are ugly, and I don't exist for you. And this is the part of the ego that comes in and tries during this connection, which is beautiful connections, to put all these negative parts into it. And that's why some of you go ahead and send a text to your person is like, you know what, you're a piece of garbage. I don't want to have nothing with you. You are blah 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 blah. Simply because you feel the connections on it, but there is nothing going on. You did not solve the problems at all. You actually made the problem worse. Simply because you put more tensions, already the tensions that exist because it comes from your ego. So the part that I keep telling the people, it is about listening your soul. So if you look at it through a soul perspective, it's like, okay, we are in this intense energy. We have to calm down. We have to relax. And I don't want to control you. I don't want to do any of that part. I don't want to tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I am here to bring the relax, and I want the universe to do its work on you. I don't want to interfere, but I'm here with this connection so I can cooperate with you. I will do whatever it's necessary within the universe so I can cooperate, and I can move on with you. I can get where we need to be, how the universe created this. I will not argue with you. I will not look at it to the past with you. I will not go ahead and blame you. I will not put my ego right now in this, simply because I understand this is a intense energy that needs to be worked out. I'm gonna bring the peace, and I will cooperate. How are you going to cooperate? That is entirely up to you. I'm here. You need me. I'm here. And this is what's going on with the communications between two souls. Because when you are so much awakened as a soul on this level, what is your connection? It's based on soul. And here is the problem with a lot of people do not seeing this soul connection. They stop seeing, I want to have sex, you belong to me, we belong together, we have to do things together, and I love you, I need to be with you, and you must be blah 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 not to be with me. Here's the part of the ego. The ego, by the way, during those intense energies right now, creates a lot of problems. Why? Because the ego fears the new. The ego fears to let go of the old, to hold on to something, to be in control, because that's how the ego is trained by the society, is you to be on control, you to be in control of everything that it's got, a material stuff. And this is why a lot of the people, specifically in talking about the twin flames, why they don't get together. The two egos cannot figure it out that they have to work within soul and get the soul together. And when they're together as a soul, and when they look at every situation as a soul, the things are different. Compared to, imagine two people, which is it's a standard case for the twin flames. She and he are married. She and he, they both have kids. She and he, they both have jobs. And she and he, they live in two separate places in the country. Sometimes in the different countries. Okay? But here it is. The soul in this case says, okay, you guys love each other. You guys can find everything. You can do whatever it needs to. It doesn't matter of the situations. If you look at it, doesn't matter what. If that is a house, work, kids, or any place to live, the soul will find a solution. But if it's the ego is gonna be like, how you gonna be living with him or her? How the kids gonna be together? Where are we gonna live? How much money will this will be? How will that will be? How all cars will be? How the retirement will be? And so on, so on, so on. And you pile this big giant pile of questions up front, of fears, of how supposed to be, compared to using the soul, and the soul is gonna tell you everything how it needs to be. The soul will tell you, okay, you working on whatever company, he works on whatever company. Can you be able to find a similar job in his town? Or can ever he will find a job in your town? Kids together. Go on vacation together in place and let them know each other. See how they're going to be. There is so many cases of kids that have been from two different families. There is not only one. But the ego will keep you in the fear, the soul will keep you with the solutions. About houses, about material stuff, a lot of the people fear to make the move. They were fear to get divorced most of the time. So, come on, if it doesn't matter where you live, you always can find a place to live. The place to live should not be an obstacle of you to be with your loved one. And during this tension periods of time right now, you have all those questions. They comes up. They are triggered to you. They are put in you. And that's why it's very important that right now at this moment, Jupiter is retrograde. Beware. Jupiter is retrograde in Libra. Libra, which is represents the harmony, the peace, the love, the partnership. And since it's retrograde, the energy is focused on the soul. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system and represents the growth. So here it is. If you listen to your soul, the growth will grow because the soul oversees the right things that needs to be. If you listen to your ego keeps you in the fear and you never move, you never evolve. You stay down in your fear, suffering and hiding, and the things that it's going inside of you creates these tensions again. So the whole part it is you to let go of those tensions, so you and your partner to fix those tensions on it. I had a text today from someone. It's like, I'm sick and tired of these tensions. Dio, what should I do? Follow it, those tensions, what telling you what you need to do. You are in the incubator state. And when I'm talking about an incubator state, it's picture yourself as an egg, put it into the incubator, and let it bake inside of that incubator. So you to become whatever it's inside of the egg. The more heat it's put in you, the more tension it works in you. You feeling it. But if you accept the temperature, you accept the tensions, and you keep evolving and evolving, you do the inner work inside of that shell, that egg, you to become something new. You to become something alive. And this is how you wake up the soul. The wake up the soul, it's when you actually recognize all these parts and you do some kind of action. Not just sitting down there and stay and nothing going on. Because you're gonna be put in this state of the incubator now, and when the things comes up and start going on, you have two things. You're gonna be stubborn and not accept the heat, and you stay where you are and you see everybody else move. And that will be an example of when Venus is gonna be turned off retrograde mode to direct mode, and it's gonna start moving towards Aries. Once the Venus crosses that part between Pisces and Aries, that is gonna tell of, oh my God, I'm happy with my new me. I did this change. I broke the shell. I am now alive. And if that is like a little chicken, you are that little chicken that is alive and full of life. Of that incubator. And this is how he gave birth of your new you, the person that you always wanted, the person you are meant to be by the universe. And there's gonna be some people who's gonna be gladly that they did what they needed to do. They follow this pattern of it. And there's gonna be some people which is they're gonna be like feeling like they missed the train. They missed the train to go in the place where they need to be. They have to stay stuck again to the next train that comes in. But for those people who moves in, it's gonna be very good right now, simply because soon as the Venus is gonna be start moving towards Aries, we're also going to have a Pluto turns the retrograde. And when you start entering this new life, the solar energy of Pluto is gonna be increased to bring the people to help you with that new life, to put the environment of people or situations around to get you in the new life. And a lot of you who's gonna be doing these parts, they will feel all this positive changes, and they're gonna have their life to another state. to another positions of it. And we're going to have this energies for quite a while, because Pluto, when he stops on one time in the sky, he basically is like put on hold your friends, your surrounding, your most precious friends, your relatives, the people you trust. All of a sudden they're gonna be shifted. There's gonna be some different people comes in, and they're gonna be telling you, you know what, maybe you should look at this, maybe you should look at that, maybe you should find something else. They will comes in with the advices of things that you never have done, the new things, and this is how you will know of what's going on into, because you learn that the old way, the old patterns, the old people, the old situations, the old friends, they have nothing new to bring to you, and you will seek that new surrounding. And that's what the positive part of Pluto will be, because those people, they're coming to serve, because Pluto, it's in Capricorn. So to finish up more about this report and what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks or so, it's going to be through a lot of shifts, and through that a lot of shifts, that intensity, don't be aggravated on your soul connection. Don't be this person that send a nasty grams. You know, you ever heard that new word, nasty gram, or nasty emails, or nasty text? Don't be that person that go to his twin house and bangs in the door. I demand to talk to you. That's what's gonna get you. It's probably a police restraint order, which is, there is some cases about this, and I know a few of them. What you should not do also is in home, when you feel this intensity, simply because you are angry of not doing the right things, because the soul puts a lot of pressures inside of you, don't be angry with the people they live with you. That's gonna be your spouse, your parents, if you live with your parents, your kids. They are not your fault that you do not do your job. They are not on your way that prevents you to be with the person that you are designed to be. Your ego is. Not other people. You being your true self, and you enter these parts and be relaxed, everything's gonna be nice and smooth. But you're not your truth, you're not relaxed, you not do the things in the soul that the way it should be, then the thing's gonna be turned out bad to you. And the reason is they turning bad, is you to figure out how bad you are, so you can understand how good you can be. And this is my advice to you with these intense energies, my friends, is that follow what the soul leads you. Follow these changes. Those changes are for you to evolve. Those changes are created for you to become what you have to. The soul has no fear of change. The soul has no fears at all. Soul basically doesn't give a damn. Soul understands. Soul finds solutions. Soul is love. And soul looks everything of that understanding as a soul, and looks with kindness and love. The ego, however, looks with all the other stuff. The ego creates the anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. You heard that? Yoda said it. And it's true. Because I see more and more through the people that that anger, it's there. And I will tell that on the map, if you see it here, is that there is the red lines. And those red lines is that angers right now. And currently at the moment, the moon, it's in Scorpio. And the moon, it's in Scorpio at 23 degrees. And Mars, it's totally on 180 degrees opposition of 23 degrees in Taurus. So now the energy is about you to have this tendency to fight, to resist these changes, to resist, to move. But if you take a look at it, the situations, there is also blue lines. So Mars is in a trine with Pluto. And Pluto, it is in sextile with the moon. And those are positive energies. So Mars have to surround itself with good people around it, and those people will bring the good emotions, and those emotions will tell the warrior or the person, hey, it's time you to get rid of the stuff you don't need anymore, the stuff that they prevent you to be what you want to be. Because the moon in Scorpio, it represents this is the house of the dead. This is the house where the things that are old, the things that not needed, they have no purpose anymore. They're dying, they dissolve. And this is the moment when the warrior become wise, and the warrior destroys what prevents him to evolve to the next stage. This is prevent the regular soldier not to become lieutenant, and that sees what's holding him, and once is remove everything that holds him, the soldier becomes the lieutenant. And that's what the part of the evolution is. That's how the soul becomes more strong, through understanding that sometimes it's not about fight. Sometimes it is about the peace that you have inside of you, and that peace creates that evolution for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helps you out. I hope you understand the things that's going on right now, and be love.